Which of the following seems like a good idea for your main profile image? You with your shirt off, you with a sideways hat, your passport photo, or you and a baby? First of all, if you have kids, we'll know it from reading your profile.
And if you don't have kids, where'd you get the baby from? Are you just holding your friend's baby?
Sure, abs, fast cars, and being a world-class karate champ may be attractive, but show-offs are not. And when you try to impress a woman with these sorts of things, it actually just has the opposite effect. You know what she's thinking? What is this guy trying to make up for? No bro shots or gang signs. This isn't Facebook, it's Plenty of Fish. It might be convenient, but it actually just makes you look immature. And make sure it's not a photo taken in the mirror with your cell phone. Smile and do your best to look friendly in your photos.
What's up? Sarah Gooden joining us. She's a dating coach, Plenty of Fish. You just saw her in the video, of course.
The whole video. You have to watch the whole thing because it's really funny.
Amazing all the way along. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Sarah, everybody knows the name Plenty of Fish, but maybe not the story that it's from right here in Vancouver. What is the story of Plenty of Fish?
Well, my boss, Marcus Friend, who's the owner and CEO, started the company kind of on a whim. It was like a school project, and it turned into something really large. And he actually ran it out of his apartment until about 2008.
It sounds like the Facebook story.
Okay.
And it really kind of is.
Running out of your apartment in 2008, how many members do you have now on Plenty of Fish?
We have about 45 million users, and yeah, it's
45
worldwide.
million.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
that's crazy.
So we're all around the world. A lot of people think that we're just in Canada, but we're actually in Brazil now, Australia, the UK.
Unbelievable.
And we're the #1 site in all of these countries.
a busy time of year for dating right now?
It's always busy. Our mobile apps are growing exponentially, so they're very busy. Our most popular time on the site is right after New Year's and
Leading up to Valentine's Day?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
I've been with my family. I want to be held by someone
Okay,
other
let's
than my
talk
mother.
about dating tips. That video that we saw is for guys making their profile.
Yes.
And we have to mention that you guys are in the process of releasing one for girls too, because it's both sexes that make mistakes.
Yes.
But let's start with building your profile. Let's start with the picture, because the video said a little bit about that. You shouldn't lie.
No, you shouldn't lie. You should start with your images. You need to start with a clear headshot and a full-length shot. And all of your images should have been taken within the last 6 months.
Okay.
So the point of online dating is that you're eventually, hopefully, going to meet that person in real life.
Surprise!
So you don't want to have anyone surprised, because it's going to be uncomfortable for everyone.
Sarah, if you could put a percentage on the number of people that blow that very basic step, what would that percentage be?
I do not know. I can't even tell you, but you know,
It's
I
a
have
lot.
heard that complaint before. So it does happen. But we do, you know, once, like for instance, if you're lying about your age, we do make sure that you can't change your age on your profile after a certain period of time. So we do prevent people from lying about their age.
Okay, how about describing yourself? That can be very uncomfortable for someone to sit alone at their computer and describe their personality.
Without
Should
going
you get
dark.
help from friends? I mean, how should you go about doing
Yeah.
something so that it comes across as really you?
Yeah, you can definitely get recommendations from friends. I would take some time to think about not only who you are, but what are you looking for. So you want to make sure your profile description is really short and lighthearted. So like a nice little catchy line at the beginning, then go into talking about who you are, what do you like to do on the weekends, think about your interests, right? And then a little snippet about what you're looking for on the site. And that's about it. You don't want to go into a full-length story. It's
Hot
not
babes.
And then-
You shouldn't say that, right?
And how much does tone play into things? I mean, that idea of positivity and making sure
Yes.
that you are presenting a good side of yourself, not the...
Yeah, so everything you write in your messages on your profile description should be positive. And I do see this mistake a lot, especially among our female users. They'll start a profile description with, you know, don't message me if you have tattoos and you don't have a job.
So you're starting on a negative. That's not a good thing.
Exactly. So fair enough, we all have deal breakers, but turn it into something positive. So, you know, message me if you're ambitious and you're a clean cut guy. You know, like, so you just turn it into something positive.
What if you find a profile that you like of someone? How should you break the ice? How should you write a message, a personal message to someone? Because I guess you shouldn't cut and paste the same message and send it out to 100 people.
No,
Hey, you're
definitely
hot.
not. I would recommend reading through their profile, taking a look at their images, and then reference something in their description. So it's obvious that you have given some time to looking at their profile. And to the ladies out there, you know, like send those messages out. Guys love it. And you want to be proactive about sending messages rather than waiting for the guy to write you.
Do girls tend to be a little more shy and the men a little more proactive with
It's not necessarily that they're shy, but there's a lot of selection for women on
They're playing
online
the game,
dating
yo.
sites.
Playing the game. Okay, so how important is it if you're receiving messages to respond to them, you know, yay, nay, whatever it is, to actually, you know, be active in giving a response?
Well, it depends how many you're receiving, right? Like, we only have so many hours in the day. So if you're receiving a lot of messages, you can't respond to everyone. But if you like someone, if you look at their profile and like them, write them back and do it sooner rather than
Shouldn't
later.
you wait for 3 days just to, you know, make sure that...
No, don't wait 3 days. And the same goes for, you know, when you're actually...
If you like someone, respond.
Yeah. And you know, if you've written back and forth 3 or 4 times, you're still curious about this person, go on a date. Don't wait forever.
Meeting people in person on the internet, I don't know. That just sounds wrong to me. So how does one go about, like, jokes aside, safely meeting someone in person for the first time?
Yeah.
What should you do and what shouldn't you do?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing meeting someone at a bar or through a social networking site. There's always risks involved, just like there are in online dating. So my recommendation is to meet at a public place. Daytime is best if you can, and stay in that public place. So you don't want to leave with a person, even if you're starting to feel comfortable with that person.
Hey, let's go walk through this abandoned building.
And that idea of putting a time limit. Hey, look, a graveyard. But putting a time limit sort of on the date as well. And is there a nice way to do that? Like, just sort of say, I'm busy later? And
you know, normally maybe you're communicating via text message or over the phone before your date, and just mention, you know, I have some plans after the date, so we'll probably keep it kind of short. And then in that case, you know, if you're not really feeling it, if the chemistry isn't there, you have an easy out.
I'd say just run.
And
Don't
if
say
it
anything
isn't,
and just like
get up
bolt.
and go. And if it isn't, you can always say that you're, you know, it got canceled, whatever you had.
Yeah,
after
if you're
you-
really starting to feel the chemistry and you want to stick around, then yeah, just say that your plans were
Hey,
canceled.
look, a graveyard. Again, shared interest. It's very important. You've released the one for the boys. It's been a huge hit. Hundreds of thousands of views, quite literally, on the dating advice for men. And you guys have been working on one for the ladies?
Yes.
When does it come out?
We're hoping by the end of the month, which is very soon. So probably the beginning of July.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Well, thanks so
Yeah.
much. Great
Thanks, Sarah.
advice.
Thank you.
So, of course, you can go to plentyoffish.com like 46 million other people.
It's unbelievable.
It really
Vancouver
is.
story. It's awesome. Thank you, Sarah.
We're going to
We
take
really
a break.
appreciate it.
And